About a month ago, actually an exact month ago to the day that I'm recording this video, on February 13th, 2025, a news article and report came out saying that 61% of New Yorkers feel fed up and are broke and cannot afford basic needs in this city. And what did the local news media do? Focus only maybe 1 to 2 minutes tops on this issue and then went to talk about who dressed the best at the Oscars. And that's crazy to me because there's a time and a place for everything. You would think that the local news actually would cover this and have specials on this and figure out what's going on. No, they just said, oh, 61% of our citizens cannot afford to live here and they can't afford their basic needs anyway. But I actually felt heartbroken when I read or heard those news because I consider myself a part of that 61%, and a lot of people in this city feel like this. A lot of people say that misery loves company. No, not in this case. Just by seeing so many people out here that are struggling with mental health, the homelessness crisis here, people living on the street in this cold weather, sleeping on these cold pavements, it's just nobody deserves to go through that. Even the people that have bullied me, or like even the people that have done things that are probably unspeakable, I don't think they even deserve that because it's just inhumane and cruel what so many people are going through here. And that same report showed that a lot of people don't even have enough money to get out of New York City, because it's like a lot of people make these snarky comments like, oh, just leave New York City then, just leave. Why are you there? Why are you there? Do you know that not all of us have, what, $50,000 saved up to just go anywhere in the world that we want to? If we did, we wouldn't be here stuck in this endless perpetual cycle of basically making money, hustling, 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 giving it for the rent, giving it for the food, and then back to square one with $0 in our pockets. Then the next month rolls over, and then again, you repeat that process. We are stuck in this cycle here. It's not like we can ask our landlords to stop charging us rent for 5 months or ask our employers to just raise our salaries to whatever we want. We don't have the privilege of this. And this is why so many people in this city work 2, 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And still they live paycheck to paycheck. I wish people would stop glamorizing New York City, these YouTubers that glamorize the city with their paid Airbnbs and sponsors and stuff. It's just a slap in the face to me, because it's just like, wow, you're not even from here and you're acting like this place is like the hottest thing since bread, when really life here can break you. And I've talked about this extensively, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but when I saw this report, I just could not believe the numbers. Like 61% of people here cannot afford basic needs. And to add insult to injury, we can't even leave to escape this. We're constantly stuck here. So it's like, imagine you're struggling, and in the place you're struggling, you can't get out of that struggle because you're trying so hard to keep up with that struggle. We're literally struggling to keep up with the struggle. This is how bad it's gotten here. And it's just, to me, something so insane that people still flock to New York City like this. Unless you have a lot of money, do not come here. I've said this so many times on my previous videos. This city has become a playground for the rich, okay? And the most exorbitant rents are justified. The most ridiculous things are justified. $30 tacos are justified. Everything here is just so, it just feels like it's bleak, because I know that things are only going to keep getting worse when it comes to this type of suffering, this type of just, struggle. And it's not only New York City. I am so aware of that. This is a national problem. This is a countrywide problem. Hell, this is probably even a worldwide problem at this point. And it's just to show you that not everything is what it seems. A lot of people just think that they know everything through a YouTube video, but I am telling you, I am a native here, and it is soul crushing, and I just I just hope someday that I can get out of this, because I don't want to keep being in this cycle. Like, I feel like genuinely I'm 28 and I feel like my life hasn't started yet because I'm still living with my parents. I can't move out. I can't afford to move out. I'm stuck in a lot of debt from student loans, and just trying to open a business that didn't go as planned. And it's just like I have to hustle and hustle and hustle, and it's like I never see the fruits of my labor, because I have so many things going on. I have my main 9 to 5 job, then I sell online courses, and then I do tutoring. It's like I'm always hustling, trying to make a buck, and I'm still applying for jobs. Even though I have a 9 to 5 job, I'm still applying to jobs on the side just to make extra income. just so I can actually have some money for myself at the end of every 2 weeks when I get paid. And it's like, I just feel like I I haven't started living my life yet. And it's just like, I don't know when I'll start living my life. You see all these people are surrounding you, basically telling you how great the city is, and you can't enjoy any of that because you're either too busy working or you're too busy just like going through the anxieties and the stresses of trying to make ends meet. And I would love to relish, of course, in the great things that the city offers, but I can't afford them. I can't afford them. And to make things worse, like, I just feel like I have not lived my life yet. I'm still basically waiting for my breakout. Like the job that I have, I'm thankful for it, but it's just a placeholder, and I've told my boss this, as ungrateful as that sounds, it's not what I wish I could be doing for the rest of my life, and it's not something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life. But guess what? You have to do what you have to do to make ends meet. You cannot afford to be the most selective, pickiest person ever. And I feel like a lot of people that come to New York City have that mentality, like, oh, everything's going to go exactly my way. Everything is going to go exactly how I want. I'm going to get the exact job, make the exact friends. No, it's just not like, it's not based in reality. And it's just like, I feel like as I'm approaching my 30s, what will become of me? What will become of my future? Am I going to live with my parents forever? Am I going to be stuck here making these rants because I just cannot afford to leave here? And it's just like a lot of people have told me, just get out of there. Like, why can't you just get out of there? I wish I had the money to even do that, to escape the struggle. You need to have money, and it's just like, sometimes I just feel so helpless and so bleak, and I'm not trying to make myself a victim. I am thankful and grateful for the things that I do have, and I am privileged to be able to, still have family to live with and so forth. And I recognize all of that, but, there comes a time where you want your own independence, you want your own money. You don't want to be giving your money to A, B, and C. You want to actually be able to relish in the hard work, that you gave. You want to relish in the rewards. You want to reap the benefits. And I've done so many things over the past 5, 6 years plus. And like, I'm still broke and I'm still here and I'm still waiting for the day when I can say, this is the day when my life begins. This is the day when my life begins. Like, New York City is soul crushing, and if you don't relate to this video, thank God for you that you don't relate to this video, because I've had people comment saying this is a skill issue, this is your fault, or whatever, this is not real. Okay, I'm so happy that New York City is that for you, but it's not for me, and it's clearly not for a lot of people. And so it's just, I just wish I could be able to say, this is the day that my life starts, because it's soul crushing still being here. I can't even host somebody. I can't invite somebody over because, like, my family's right there, and that applies to a lot of people. A lot of people here have roommates. They divide $6,000 a month apartments into 4 so they can each pay only a fraction of that. And it's like, you don't even have your own privacy, your own space. You're literally living like sardines here. So you can imagine that it kind of rubs me the wrong way when people just kind of tell me about where I live and how amazing it is now. I'm so lucky to live here and all this stuff, when it's like, if it really was that great, why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so stuck? More than anything, I just feel stuck. Like, I'm constantly at square one. I cannot move. I cannot progress, because every time I have a little bit, it's like 2 steps back, And like, of course, I make money and everything. And like, this money that I make would be great anywhere else. But in New York City, it's peanuts, And it's just like, nobody deserves to go through this. Nobody deserves to go through this. And I just feel so sorry for the people that, right now as I'm recording this video, are outside sleeping on the pavement, or just, don't have any connections. And it's just like, how can these people make it? And like, if even me that has these things, a job and like family, cannot make it, like, how can they make it? And it's just so sad, because it's like, does anyone care? Like, does anyone genuinely care? Like, does the news care? Does the media care? Does anyone care? Like, we're literally dedicating a segment that affects so much of the population that they report to, and they're telling you that they can't afford basic needs in this city. And you're just gonna do a 1 minute, like, one and done, like it's not an important topic, like it doesn't affect the majority of your viewers, like it's just an afterthought. Like, is really talking about the celebrity's latest statement on something, or what they wore, or the designer that they wore at the Oscars, like, is that important, really? Like, why aren't we talking about this issue more up front? Like, is it uncomfortable? Yes. But is it necessary? Of course, you know? Like, I just want there to be more of a conversation and a spotlight on this, because a lot of people still think that New York City is a walk in the park, a breeze, so easy to live here, and that I'm just a complainer, or I'm bitter, or whatever. Like, no, no. So many people here don't even have, you know, heat in the winter or hot water. Like, you have some living conditions here that are worse than third world countries, and I'm not kidding. And of course, on top of not being able to afford anything, you know, it's hard to make connections here, because when you're so focused on hustling and trying to make ends meet, you don't have time for relationships or friendships or connections. So you're very lonely in the drudgery. You're very lonely in the struggle. It's constant, constant tug of war, or constant trying to just keep it together. And like, sometimes I just feel like I'm just gonna like pop, because it's just so much pressure. It's so much pressure that I didn't sign up for and I didn't ask for. And I'm not doing this video for sympathy, or for you to feel bad for me or give me pity. Like, I don't want your pity. I don't want your sympathy. You know, don't even empathize if you don't want to. Just be aware that this city is not what a lot of people paint it out to be, okay? And I just want to start a conversation on that. Like, let's be honest about New York City in 2025, and why so many people feel stuck here and feel like they can't breathe. It feels like you're constantly having like life at your throat, you know, and the city just keeps going, you know, the bills keep piling up. Nobody waits for you. Nobody waits for you to make money. Nobody waits for you to get it together. Like, it just keeps going. And so it's just like, it's so sad that so many people would like to leave here and want to leave New York City, but they can't. They feel stuck here because, again, this is where their job is, but they don't make enough to be able to quit their job and move out, because all of their potential savings goes towards rent and all these other things that you pay for here at an extremely high rate. But anyways, I just hope this video was in some way educational, or gave you an insight onto why so many people, so many New Yorkers are struggling in this city, and why so many people feel stuck here in 2025. And I strongly recommend that you do not move here unless you have a solid foundation of money and connections and support, because you will need a lot of support. Just witnessing the things that you will hear, seeing so many people here that are just, you know, destitute and broken, and it's just not, it's just, everything has been normalized. But that's for another video and another conversation. I just want to thank you for watching this video, and please leave a like, a comment, and share this if you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.